sir, the final frontier, the last CEO, and in the time of composting. Thank you.
A wink of Earth time, and we are the most tightly packed can of human sardines, going off, turning into worms, wriggling through centuries like the worming rivers eating and spewing silt. Worms that turn without warning and take off. It's easy. A soft touch on your smartphone, news, eye candy views, mouth-watering statistics. Life so much better where in mittened warmth one can shape a snowman, then go in to swig firewater by a Christmas tree. That's pull enough. And the push always there. The jostling of increasing numbers, the diminishing earth, the rising salt water, not to mention the threatened shove from a big honcho's sidekicks gang of goons. They want to disappear you. Give them a helping hand. Disappear. Fall in love with the world all over again. After all, it's the only one we have. BBC Travel. Inspiring and seductive, no doubt, but for one with a Bangladeshi passport, a hard sell. No matter. We have our ways. We won't let on though. Security reasons, you know. But I'll let you in on the open secret of the century. No consultancy fee required. It's a public service, courtesy of the internet, via my smartphone. I'll put it in a soundbite. The Arctic is the new frontier. And that's where I'm headed. In my lungi, on my bicycle, waving my gamcha like a flag, crawling under barbed wire, swimming smelly rivers, vaulting over walls, praying to every god, goddess, demon, devil, demoness, wary of strangers, yet learning to trust some. It's just like life anywhere, whether you are on the move or static as veggie waiting to be eaten. Will he make it? The question on your mind. Can't answer right away. You've got to wait like me. Meanwhile, let's beguile ourselves with info and colorful video clips and enjoy rolling on the tongue a new term for the new frontier, the circumpolar north. It fills the mouth like a gobstopper. I suck on it when I can't catch a meal, which happens rarely in the affluent northern parts of the northern hemisphere. Part of the way I find a companion, but who will go all the way? And what good is companionship except to give you stuff for a poem? And what good is a poem? Falling in love with a woman, falling in love with the world, all over again can lead to grief. And a poem that's of no use to anybody. Better be practical and study the brochures and policy statements and analyses. A little jiggling with my phone and I hit upon the emerging Arctic, courtesy of the Council on Foreign Relations. Spectacular natural beauty, high adventure, untold riches, war, wow, yeah. So long encrusted in polar ice, now coming out. The new debutante, courted by a dozen states. Soon, ice-free summers will draw billions in investment. Oh, how I love these statistics. Billions of dollars invested in shipping, fishing, energy, more gas, more petrol, more global warming, to hell with iconic wildlife. Native communities go suck your thumbs. Besides, they say it can all be done sustainably and peaceably. Hallelujah! Allahu Akbar. An old friend from old Dhaka, who talks, despite a university education, like an old Dhaka hustler, tweets that when you want to screw the earth at an obtuse angle, you've got to keep cool and sport a sustainable erection. I'm translating his unspeakable lingo into sustainable English. But who are in on this unspeakable, sustainable shag? Everybody in the Arctic Council. USA, thanks to Alaska. Canada, Iceland. Denmark, thanks to Greenland. Sweden, Norway, Finland, Russia. The list doesn't stop there. The Council has observer states: Italy, Japan, South Korea, China, self-reinvented as a near-Arctic state, India and Singapore. There's talk of a new Cold War. As Allen Ginsberg declaimed more than half a century back, Asia is rising against me. America, it's them bad Russians, them Russians, them Russians, and them Chinamen. Okay, Alan, dear old familiar compound ghost, how your words still resonate. But equatorial Singapore in the Arctic Council, why not tropical Bangladesh alongside India? I'm somewhere in Greenland, chatting with a Malian, a Syrian, and a fellow member of a little platoon of my countrymen with similar ideas about falling in love with the world. All over again. We are wearing tartan serge lungis and layers of ponchos and lounging at a little shop opened by a Deshi Bhai, selling hot, sweet, milky Deshi cha, pan, cigarettes, hard-boiled eggs, coconut and mustard oil and odds and ends, all undecided about the next step. Grave security risks abound. Now that the big guys have come down on the defrosting Arctic, here, take a look at this. One of us holds out his phone. Canada needs a northern immigration strategy, screams the Toronto Star. With the tundra ready for builders and ploughmen, desperate hands are wanted, and we are proof they are never in short supply. But it looks like we've got to go back home to start the paperwork. Very well. Try again, fail again, fail for good. We board an ice raft big enough to last the voyage.
Exterior, downtown Manhattan, night. Shagor, 30s, Bangladeshi American man, is running down a flooded street. He's wearing a raincoat, a mask, and carrying a backpack. Tall buildings tower overhead, and the rain is torrential. He passes an internet kiosk where a woman is charging her phone. When he stops at an apartment building, the front door is blocked by several inches of water. He pulls at the door and finally gets it open, squeezing inside as the door shuts behind him. There's an elevator, but he passes it and takes the stairs up multiple floors and finally stops at a door, out of breath, face and clothes dripping. Before he can knock, Konka, 30s Bangladeshi American woman, opens the door. She's wearing jeans and a kurta. She lets out a cry of relief and steps aside to let him enter. Interior, Konka's apartment, night. Konka and Shagor are standing at the window. Outside, dark water is rushing down the street, flooding around parked and abandoned cars. Lightning flashes. The woman at the kiosk unplugs her phone and runs off. Shagor and Konka hold hands. Interior, Konka's office, day. Konka is sitting in a high-rise Wall Street office, wearing a dress shirt and looking at two computer screens. Her phone buzzes, and she picks up distractedly, still looking at her work. Split screen with Shagor, who is sitting in his open-plan office, wearing a hoodie and jeans.
Yes?
Hi, Konka. This is Shagor, your coffee and bagel date. Are we still on for, well, coffee and a bagel?
Yeah.
Is this a bad time?
No, it's just that I wasn't expecting a call. I thought only old people did that. Or like creepy uncles.
No, you're right, but my text game isn't great, and I wanted to make a good first impression.
Like you don't know how to use emojis?
Forget emojis. I just use complete sentences, and my friends think I'm mad at them.
Yeah, my dad puts periods at the end of everything and it makes his messages feel so serious.
Is that what it is?
Exterior, community garden in Queens, day. Bees are buzzing around a small, carefully tended community garden. Konka is standing next to a rain harvesting barrel, wearing a beekeeping living room in Brooklyn, night. Konka and Jazz, 30s, Latinx, are sitting on Jazz's couch having drinks. The room is cozy and filled with fairy lights and houseplants. They're dressed to go out.
So, my boss's boss said this weird thing to me today and I can't stop thinking about it. I was making a case for a different scenario than he wanted, and then I wouldn't budge because the numbers are on my side. And then he laughed and said, I love a resistant woman.
Oh, Mama, that is a lie.
I didn't know what to say. Resistant? Really? Like, that is so fucked up, right?
Yeah. Resistant means rape. It's like that subreddit that's called non-consent or reluctance.
Yes. I remember how we used to check Reddit in high school. We learned so many bad things. You still read it?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, Reddit can be hot. I get off on the stories, but I also don't want it IRL, like not unless they can read my mind and know exactly how to push it and exactly when to stop.
BDSM has safe words and rules about that.
Oh, are you in the activist Dom setup? Let me guess, you're the top.
Eesh. No, I mean...
I'm using
Anyway, I thought I had gotten to a place in work where I didn't have to worry so much about sexism and racism.
Okay, what America are you living in? Just because you got your own office and a fancy title does not mean you're safe. It's just more underground, and anyway, you don't get to forget about it just because you see it less than the rest of us. You know how sexist and shitty the comedy world is.
Okay, you're right. I have my head in the sand. It's just that I actually like my job and I don't want to have to deal with rapist bosses.
And no one should have to. In more pleasant news, how is the romance with Mr. Green New Downs?
Oh, well, Shankar is a fantastic cook. He's a great hugger and quick to laugh and gorgeous. But it's also a lot of lectures, like only his stuff is important and not mine. So it's kind of exhausting.
Have you tried talking to him about your shit? Like your gross boss? Or how you support your parents and they're super judgy anyway?
I couldn't. He already hates my Wall Street job. It would just give him more fodder. And I can't bring up my parents yet. I need to ease him into how strict they are. Especially since his parents seem so cool.
I can see it now. His family versus yours in Bangladeshi Hunger Games.
Unfortunately, I think only my parents would survive. I would not make it. But enough about me, please. I am dying to hear about your new gig.
Okay. So, I got a headline set next month on the 5th.
That's amazing. I'm so excited. I'm putting it in my calendar right now.
And, okay, you're gonna be so proud of me. I asked for more money, which is like your entire mantra.
Yes, always get yours. We have so many reasons to celebrate, so let's go dancing.
Yes, please.
Interior, Konka's apartment, night. Konka and Shagor are looking out the window at the storm lashing New York City. Outside, the streets are submerged in several feet of floodwater, and most of the street lights are out. The lightning flashes every few seconds, and the rain is bucketing down. The sound of water dripping comes from behind them in the hallway. Shagor turns around to investigate.
God, your ceiling's leaking.
Yeah, but I set up pots to catch the drips. Thankfully, it's in the hallway and not over my bed and desk.
You better calm for a major natural disaster happening all around us.
And you're very flustered for someone who's been worrying about climate change for years.
Well, predicting a hurricane drowning New York is very different from being in it.